Welcome to Absolutely PlayStation Esteemed Gamers. Am I recording? I am. Enjoy, Dylan. My name is Benny. That is Dylan. Dylan, why isn't your hair dyed green? Cut.
For Xbox?
You're going to go dye it green and then dye it back to blue.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. I got you. There. My lights are green now.
Oh, hold on. I can do that too. Let's see. Anyway, guys, we're going to talk about the Xbox announcements today. About all the games we knew existed.
Yeah, with the exception of like one. Well, like three.
So we're probably going to shotgun a lot of these simply because that. First off, I'll start off here with their opening announcement. Starfield. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Xbox owns Bethesda now. So.
Yeah, first off, Huey... Nah.
We have had this talk already.
But not on the podcast.
I agreed with you 4 months ago.
But not on the podcast.
4 months ago, I agreed with you.
What happened?
So when
Microsoft
first
bought
happened,
Bethesda, I said Bethesda's not going to release only on Xbox because I was an idiot. And then I'm like, you know what? Yes, okay. I'm being stupid and I'm being a fanboy right now. I know that it's going to be Xbox exclusive.
I was saying it months ago.
And months ago, I agreed with you. Anyway, Starfield looks terrible. Comes out in 2022.
It looks so bad. Like, you were just talking about graphics. You can tell this is running off the Skyrim engine.
I'm pretty sure they made a point in the trailer that it's a different engine. So if y'all are saying it looks bad still,
it does. I'm saying
not good, dude.
It comes out in a year and a half. There's no story, no gameplay, and a terrible cutscene.
The only it looks like they try to do most of it in engine, and if I'm looking at this video again here, like it looks to me like Fallout 4. Which isn't terrible, but I expected a lot more from the first new IP from Bethesda, only on next-gen consoles. The only part of this that looked like they worked on upgrading it is when they pan in on the face. The face looked upgraded.
I'm 90% positive. I'm going to start it up. It's going to be in space, and then it's going to fade to black, and I'm going to be on a cart asking how I got there.
It's just another Skyrim port. Oh no!
What did you think about this? That you seem to be on the fence of it not looking terrible.
Oh no, I honestly I'm so indifferent to like most things that Bethesda proper makes that like when this came on, my eyes just kind of glazed over and I was like, oh, space. None of this interests me. So I don't like Skyrim, and that's kind of that. I feel like that sums up like my opinion on what Bethesda proper makes. I've not played a Fallout game. I think Skyrim is boring. The world of it. I've played like a few hours of it. It didn't grip me. So I don't know. I'm just not like excited for this.
Oh, I'm also saying now, November 11th, 2022, we ain't seeing this game.
That's fair.
Yeah, it'll be delayed.
I wasn't excited about Starfield when they first announced it. I am less excited for Starfield now. Just like I don't care. Like at this point, like that. Nothing about this trailer, because this trailer was nothing but a tease, and it was meant to show us the graphics and how it's going to look, and nothing about that excited me about how this is going to look. So
the only parts that look even remotely like the end of a PS4 gen, like graphics, is some of the cutscenes.
Yeah,
which clearly aren't in game. Anything that's actually like involving like any type of like gameplay, like it looks like just old Skyrim engines. Like I don't know. I think they should have probably left this one in the oven to cook a little bit longer until it was a little bit better.
I enjoy Bethesda games, but I am not even remotely excited for this, and I love space. Like a space game is what I would want, but so far I've had 0 successful space games.
No Man's Sky, No Man's Sky, just play No Man's Sky.
I played it.
No Man's Sky is
you, me, and Dylan are going to be space boys.
Just a survival game in space.
Dylan, will you be a space boy with me?
Yeah, if you buy
I'm
it for me.
tired. I can barely keep myself alive. I don't want to keep a video game character alive.
Is it cross-gen?
You never liked
I have it on
Tamagotchis?
PS4.
All right, that's it. We are the Space Boys. We're gonna make a Space Boys video and have an opinion on that. Okay.
Cool. I'm down.
All right, so let's
Alright.
move on to the next one though, because I feel like this made how bad I personally felt Starfield looked even worse. Because Stalker 2
Yeah.
looked incredible.
It did.
Very
Like,
pretty.
Yeah, I like
They went
it.
I
from
will
like
say-
it looks okay to like, oh my god, this one looks incredible.
The one thing about this is some of the animations did feel kind of strange. Like immediately when the main character like went to grab like some ammo off of a crate, he just like grabbed near it and then it disappeared like a PS3 game. Like he didn't actually touch it. It just like kind of slurped into his hand. But like graphically the game is very pretty. They just maybe work on that a little.
Luckily
Yeah.
for this one, it is still a year and some odd months out.
Yeah,
So-
they could change that kind of stuff. And it's
refine
also
it
like
a
that
bit.
stuff isn't important, but like
No.
if we're talking about graphics, then, it's worth noting.
Although I just watched him put the silencer on, and like that looked really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, he
I
just kind of like grabs and it disappears. You're right.
Right, yeah, exactly. Which is kind of like bizarre in a game that looks that beautiful. It's like maybe that's just work in progress stuff. Who knows?
Next up on the list, we got, just so we can keep moving down the line, because there's a lot of games to hear. I do want to have a discussion about Game Pass towards the end of this. Back for Blood. We already know about this game. We're already excited about this game. I think most of us played the beta.
Yep,
Is it all
should have been out
I
already.
played the beta.
But it got
I was a little
delayed till-
underwhelmed. But
Yeah.
this trailer made it look better than I think the beta did.
I'm just excited that we're finally getting a lot of these 4-player co-op, just fun games to do.
Getting a lot of them. We're getting a
Yeah.
lot of Left 4 Dead spiritual
Yeah.
successors.
I'm
Which,
excited
I
for
mean,
that.
It's perfect.
I am to an
It's perfect
extent.
for us.
My only complaint is,
Fair.
and I made this joke on our stream today, Shank, of like, well, now I got to pick my 3 favorite friends again because I can only play with 4 people.
No, what you do is you only get the game for 3 people, and then just divvy them up into all the different people.
Dibs.
It'll work.
Moving on, we have a game called Contraband, which I don't even remember what was the trailer was about.
It
They
was
didn't
just
really show
it was the
There's a guy
teasiest
fixing a
tease.
car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one I wasn't excited about.
No, there,
like,
it didn't show anything. It was another
It
one
just
of
said
those.
co-op open world. That's
It's
all
coming. We don't know when, but it's coming.
but we don't even know what it's about, really.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
I think it's a heist game, but
It's
I don't
from
know.
the guys that made Rage 2 and Just Cause 4.
We know it's from Avalanche
Okay.
So
Studios.
it's not a heist
We-
game. Got it.
We know it's co-op and open world.
Yep.
That's it.
All right, so
Cool.
next up we got Battlefield 2042. I have not been interested in a Battlefield since Battlefield 3. So
Nope.
this one's just gone over past
I
me.
won't lie. It looked
Yeah,
pretty
I mean-
good for a guy who hates shooters.
pretty.
It looks good. I think the issue is that like you have the shooters you play, and
Yeah.
Battlefield is not on any of our radars. But I'm happy for the people who enjoy the Battlefield franchise because it looks really good.
Right.
So
Moving on, we have 12 minutes. This is one of those like
Hell yeah.
story-driven games I'm excited for. And you're gonna play it?
I'm
Yeah, this game
excited
looks
for
awesome.
the cast.
The ongoing joke was every time they
Alone.
came up with one of these games, I'm like, and here's another game I'm gonna play, and no one's gonna talk to me about.
It's got
Oh, yeah, I'll
James
play it if I-
McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and William Dafoe. I'm gonna play it, and you know I don't play these games.
I've been excited for this since they announced it like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
It looks really interesting.
you guys will have to tell me about it.
you won't have time for it. We know that. Moving down our list, we have Psychonauts 2.
Yes, finally.
I was like, I know Huey's excited.
This
about that.
I have backed this game since 2016. I backed
Every
this
time-
game.
Every time I see
backed
this
this.
game, the immediate thought is like, oh, this isn't out yet?
I know. Trust me. I backed it in 2016, and I'm finally
it
gonna
came out
get
2
my
years
copy
ago.
in August. Hopefully. I'm not holding my breath until I actually see it.
Yeah, fair.
But it looks fantastic as a Psychonauts fan.
Next up, we've got Party Animals, which Shank's first reaction was, I will not play that with you. What?
I think my
don't-
actual reaction was this trailer is making me physically angry. Like I I didn't want to watch it anymore the longer it went on.
The reason I say boo is because this is a carbon copy of Gang Beasts, not made by the people who made Gang Beasts, and that makes me angry because it's like
Oh, it's not made
legitimately
by them?
IP theft. No, it's
Wow.
not.
I thought it was made by them. It was so close.
You would think, like, the animations are the same. Like, I'm pretty sure that's correct. If I'm wrong, that is great news. Let us know in the comments.
The article he sent says it's Mind's comparison to Gang Beasts. It says nothing about being from the creators of Gang Beasts.
Because when this was first revealed, I remember being like, oh, cool, the Gang Beasts people are like, upgrading it and bringing it, like, to an actual, like, new audience. But then I looked into it, and I'm pretty sure it's just some other developer, which makes me very upset.
Let's be clear. The cute, fuzzy animal game instilled anger in 50% of the people who viewed it on this podcast.
It's true.
So after that, we've got Somerville, which looks like Inside or Kentucky.
I don't even remember seeing this one.
2D environment. The guy was running back and forth. Looks like something I'd play. There's another one of the jokey ones I made of like, well, I'm going to play it and no one's going to talk to me about it.
You're right on that one.
I agree with you 100%. But hey, enjoy.
Next up, we got more Halo Infinite multiplayer, according to the list here. Halo Infinite is supposedly coming out this year. I won't lie. I know we know this game existed. I know we've been waiting for it. I did get a little teary-eyed when they finally revealed some of the plot involving Cortana.
Oh, yeah, it looks like
being
it actually has a plot now, unlike the first time. But I
Like
will
this?
say, the biggest news here, the multiplayer is 100% free.
Yes.
Anybody can download it and play it.
Yeah.
You don't need
I'm
to
down
buy
for
the
that.
game to do the multiplayer. Which means
That's actually really good.
100% it's going to be full of cosmetic upgrades and whatnot,
Oh, yeah.
which is totally fine because it's cosmetic.
Halo
So-
multiplayer is amazing. I don't care. I want to play it.
If it's 100% free, hopefully they have a good anti-cheat.
That's true.
It's on Xbox. We're fine.
No, it's also going to be on PC.
I know.
Which everything. They've completely abandoned that. Like, I hate that they keep saying Xbox exclusive because that means nothing. Like, because everything is coming to PC.
Well, you know
No,
what they
they've
did was
changed. They've
they
changed.
made
It
Xbox
doesn't,
Live.
it doesn't say Xbox exclusive. It says console launch exclusive.
Some
now.
of them say Xbox exclusive.
did
We'll
they?
talk about Redfall later, but Redfall
Okay.
explicitly says Xbox exclusive,
Oh, did
but
it?
it's also coming to PC.
Well,
So
on a side note, story-wise, it got me excited enough to re-download the Master Chief Collection so I can finish
Nice.
it up. So
Ooh, that's a
I
good
mean,
idea. I didn't even think about that. I should go back and do that with you.
Yeah. So I mean, it's this was probably one of the bigger ones for me, just as a Bungie fan, and I know it's 343. You don't have to explain that.
No, but they're building on the skeleton of Bungie. I like it. I do.
No, they
I
got
agree.
one of the original guys back from
Yeah.
Halo Combat Evolved.
Yeah, they
So-
left Destiny. All the
Yeah.
people that did PvP left Destiny.
So
That's
yes,
why PvP and
it's
Destiny
not
sucks.
Bungie, but
Nobody's disagreeing with you.
coming back.
I know. I didn't think you would. If you did, I'm like, wow, we're having an interesting video that we're making later.
Yeah. No, this has me excited. This is the first one where I'm actually like, yes, let's go. Xbox Game Pass. I'm ready.
nice.
All right, moving down our list here because there's a lot more than I thought there was going to be. Diablo 2 Resurrected. I am stupidly excited for a 8-player co-op action RPG. And yes,
it's
the
nuts.
street date was officially announced here, Huey.
Yeah, that was my big thing. Is like, why did Xbox get the announcement of the street date for Diablo? I'm not mad about it because I wanted it sooner rather than later.
Next up, we got Plague Tale Requiem. Did any of us play Plague Tale? I know Natalie
Nope.
did and loved it.
I know Natalie said she liked it, and that's all I got out of it.
Yeah.
It looked cool.
Yep, it's a sequel in that. Far Cry 6, we're going to talk more about that in the Ubisoft Forward discussion, so we're not going to really touch on it here, other than, are you excited?
Nope.
Yep.
I don't know.
Fair enough. I don't really like Far Cry.
Nope, yep, I don't know. Thanks, guys. We're right in the middle. Moving on. Slime Rancher 2.
Hell yeah.
Hell no.
First one was great.
I didn't realize
love
the
Slime
first one was
Rancher.
done.
Yeah?
Yeah, they released it like a year or two ago, I think.
I played it when it was still in early access, but
Yeah.
Okay,
Fun
so
game.
feel free to cut this out, Dylan, but when I was watching this trailer, all I could think of is I am not nearly high enough for this. Like, what the hell is happening in front of me
It's
right now?
Slime Rancher, bro.
This is stupid.
So, all right, next up is a game I'm excited for, Shredders.
Oh my
we get
God.
2 games about extreme sports again this year, and
looks
this is one of them.
Like the snowboarding game I wanted. We'll talk more about what I hate about the one coming out by Ubisoft later. But this looks like the snowboarding game I wanted.
So
Yeah,
we're all
I'm-
on the same page with this game then.
I'm
Yeah.
not, but I was gonna say, like, I'm glad that you guys said this, because when I was watching this, I was like, who wants this? And it's you
We
guys.
do!
So-
We do!
Yeah.
These three
I
right
play-
here.
I literally was just watching this like, this looks so relaxing. Like, after a
Cool.
long, hard day at work, like, if I don't want to be stressed out, I'm going to come home, I'm going to kick this game on, and just relax in the middle of summer and be able to ride a snowboard. Like, this looks...
Steep was that for me. Steep was the last big snowboard game that came out, and
Yeah.
it's a Ubisoft game, so it was a live service, but I loved it, and it was so chill and so relaxing. Huey and I would have like a long day of just doing all the meetings and everything like that, and sit down and be like, all right, Huey, let's play some Steep. And they had this atmospheric music and this whole vibe, and it was just chill as hell. So I'm excited for 2 games about this type of this content coming out again. Although this looks like the chill one, while Riders Republic looks like the bombastic, let's go crazy.
We'll talk more about
Now-
that later.
See, I would play that. Like, that sounds really interesting. But if you threw like some little gremlins in there, or like I don't know, like a funny little monster or something, then I'd play it.
I mean, you might get some costumes like that.
Okay. I know Steve
Moving
had stuff like
on,
that.
we have this game called Atomic Heart, which I was
Yeah, this
actually,
came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was excited for this. This
It
looked
looked
good.
cool.
Looked very interesting. I don't know
remember
what to
this
think
one.
about it.
Hold up, I'm watching the
It had the
trailer.
dude with the hand and like wires were coming out, but the wires were making crap do stuff. I don't even know.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it
God,
was-
yeah, I do remember this one now.
It was
I
it
said
felt-
something about it on stream.
What you said
What
about
in the
Slime
hell?
Rancher, I felt the same about this game.
I also felt the same about this one. I was like, what in the hell am I watching? I need to know more. Like, I'm
I
so
want to
confused.
comment real quick. Huey trying to describe it to Shank was the dude with the hand, and he's got wires.
Yeah.
But ironically,
And guess
I
what?
knew exactly
that was a
what he was
perfect
talking about.
description.
And
Thank you.
it happened. There were wires in a hand.
Next up, we've got Replaced, which I don't
Yes.
remember this one.
It's the pixel art game
yeah,
that
yeah,
is
yeah.
like a kind of like a beat 'em up hack and slash, and it looks gorgeous. I'm very excited for this. Just it's very, very pretty, and it looks a lot of fun.
I'll probably enjoy it because I do like pixel art games. It's just I always have this
Yeah.
problem where I get into pixel art games and I can't finish them. Something about them, I just never get like to the ending of them.
I used to be a huge critic of like that art style just because it was so stagnant for a while, and ever since like probably like 2015 or something, they've been like taking pixel art and mixing it with other media, like using actual lighting, or there's been like this weird trend. I think there's even a game later that's like pixel art characters but in 3D environments.
Right.
Which is it. They're doing like interesting things with that art style, and I think that's really cool. And this is a really great example of that.
All right. Next up is I can't pronounce it, but I'm going to try. Ayuden Chronicle, which
Ayuden?
apparently is made
This is
by
what I was just talking about.
Suikoden. Yeah, and I am a huge fan of Suikoden.
I'm in.
Suikoden is one of the first games that did the whole tactical RPG style game where you go recruit somebody particular, bring them into your party, go to war. So I'm excited for this.
Me too, but my biggest why announce it? Well, why did they announce both? One of them
Both.
doesn't even come out
Yeah.
until 2023.
Right. That's the thing that because I thought this was like a remake of some old
Nope.
JRPG that I didn't know about, but this is just new and they announced 2 of them.
Yeah, I understand announcing the first one that comes out next year, but the second
really
one comes out in
strange.
2023.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was
Because the way
two
that
of
the
them
trailer-
announced.
They announced
Right.
2. One this next year and one the following year.
Ayuden Chronicle Rising and Ayuden Chronicle 100 Heroes.
Right.
I
And
think
they
the
announced the
article
second one
has
in
them
like 2
mixed up.
seconds. They were like, and guess what? This one. And it's like, because I thought that would be like a big reveal for people who knew this game when it first was released in like the 90s.
Yeah, this
but
artic-
that's not what this is.
No, the article
No,
has
it's
the
the
release dates
spiritual
mixed
thing.
up. The 100 Heroes comes out in 2023 and Rising
Right.
comes out in 2022.
Titling,
is-
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
That's even stranger because most of the trailer is dedicated to 100 Heroes, which is the
Yep.
2023 one, and then at the end they're like, oh, also next year you get Rising.
So I'm like, is
Which
Rising a
maybe-
remake?
Yeah, it seemed that way, but it's not.
Sokoden is a classic tactical RPG built around war,
Oh, I know
and it's
what
owned
that
by
is.
Konami. Well, it's owned by Konami.
Yeah.
That's why we've never seen any real true sequels to it, because Konami doesn't like its fans.
Maybe it's like a prologue, like a shorter version
Maybe.
or something. And that's why it they didn't spend as much time on it, and it's coming out
Yeah,
sooner.
maybe it's
Who
just
knows?
going to be like a short game, and they want
Yeah.
people to be excited, so they're showing off the game that's coming out 2 years
Yeah.
from now.
Maybe. So moving on to our next one, so we can keep moving down this list here. I'm excited for that, by the way. I really want to play it. We have a game called The Ascent. I don't remember this one.
This was
This
like
looks like-
XCOM.
I
but
thought
not.
it was like a cyberpunk.
XCOM,
Upgrade.
I was thinking
Yeah.
like Cyberpunk Diablo.
Yeah.
I must have turned away at this moment because I don't remember this one at all.
It's a 40-second
they showed a
commercial.
lot.
so
Yeah, he must have
that's
just
actually a
blitzed through like
possibility.
you and I were talking and I was doing something, I guess.
I mean, you were raiding at the time, so you probably did like one mechanic.
No one knew that.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah, no, it looks interesting. I like tactical games. I'm getting more and more into tactical games lately, I feel like. More like RPGs, RTSs, just because I'm getting tired of every game being a shooter at this point. That's just kind of where I'm at. Like, everything's just
Fair.
a shooter. I'm so getting burned out on all of them. So,
Well, nice segue. Speaking of tactical games, Age of Empires 4 official trailer.
yes!
I'm excited
Finally!
about this, and I've only
Yes!
played Age of Empires like once in the last decade and like 3 times in my entire life. But
Probably
this
you've
looks
played Age of Empires
great.
2, right?
The good one.
Dude,
3
wasn't I
wasn't
playing
terrible.
it with you?
Probably.
I played
Yes,
it with
we
you.
did. We us three played it.
Yeah. 3 wasn't terrible, just it wasn't
2 was better.
Yeah, that's just what it comes down to. So I'm excited about that one. Next up, we got Outer Worlds 2.
This was the greatest announcement
Great trailer.
I have ever seen.
Yes.
It literally
I was-
made fun of itself and every other trailer to ever come out.
Yeah, this monster
I love
not in the game.
When I was watching this trailer, I was like, man, I would love the editor who was handed this and like the executives staring at him like, you better not put this like in between 2 trailers that it's making fun of because you're going to make us look like idiots if you do that.
And they did not.
Yeah, but people are probably
No,
going to buy
it's good.
Outer Worlds now. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Good.
I don't know how you guys feel about the Outer Worlds. I don't really like I said, like I know this isn't Bethesda, but it's basically a modern Bethesda game.
Yes.
I don't love those types of games. I tried the first one, didn't really like it. I think this trailer is great. When I saw that it was for the Outer Worlds, I was a little disappointed, but I know that's
I
just
actually
me.
never played the original Outer Worlds. Natalie did, and she really said it was good, and I know a few people did, but I never got into it. Never could.
I imagine
never
if you
played it.
like because it's by the Fallout New Vegas guys. So
Yeah.
if you like Fallout, then you'll probably like this. But I just
Yeah.
don't like Fallout.
So next up, we've got what I'm excited about, Forza Horizon 5. I've been a huge fan of the Forza Horizon series, although apparently I missed 4. Huey
No,
and I,
you
after
didn't
this
miss it. We played it together at some point
What? I don't own it. How?
because it's on Game Pass.
No, we played 3.
Oh,
That's
no,
what I'm telling
no,
you.
no. I played 4. You were gonna play 4 with me and then forgot about it completely. That's what it was.
So I had 3 downloaded on my Xbox. We went to the Xbox. I'm like, wait, what did they announce today? He's like 5. I'm like, but I got 3 on my Xbox. He's like, yeah, you didn't do 4.
This
So I'm downloading 4 right now.
was the most beautiful game I have ever seen.
Very pretty. These
Yeah.
games,
Forza has always
Forza
been
games-
that way, though.
Yeah,
But this
they
is like even
continue to be
prettier
very
than
gorgeous.
the last one.
I'm so excited for Forza fans because this game looks beautiful. It looks like it's going to control well. I am absolutely not going to play it because it's not my type of game.
Oh, you're playing it
But
with me.
Same.
You're playing it.
That being said, it looks fantastic.
Why are you ignoring me? You're playing it with me. It's an open world RPG card game. You're playing it with
And
me.
also, it comes out in November.
Also, on top of that, when me and Huey get into chat to play this game, our voices will entirely change to, we're going to bring out the family.
See, I would play this if they put Fast and the Furious characters in it or Mario in it. I don't know. Just
It's a
spitballing
man,
here.
Mario. Welcome to the family, Mario. I'm talking both.
I want
both.
it
Put 'em in there.
smashed together.
Yes.
Moving
the hell
on
out
to
of
the
that.
next one, we have the most exciting trailer that showed 0 gameplay.
I don't care.
Redfall.
This looked great.
I mean,
I
it's just
agree.
Left 4 Dead with vampires. I'm
You don't know
pretty sure.
that.
You don't
could be
know that. We don't know nothing.
Yeah, I mean, really,
You're right,
they
I
didn't show
don't
any
know
gameplay
that.
at all.
Yeah.
I'll give you
I'm
that.
excited for it.
Me too.
4-player co-op fighting vampires instead of zombies. Like who gives a shit? I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun. It looks like it's gonna be fun.
All right, I'm
Don't
gonna
take
say
away
it.
my excitement.
Right now, I'm gonna give every Left 4 Dead clone shit, and I'm gonna play every single one of them.
Fair.
It's just.
Yep.
I already
I
know
love
it's
them
gonna
all.
happen. I did too.
Yeah,
I love Left 4 Dead, and I'm
Uh.
gonna play all of them and just be like, this is just Left 4 Dead, but I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm just gonna complain either way.
Yeah.
Perhaps
I,
it just needs a name. I mean, that's the thing, right? It just needs a name. We need
Yeah.
to quit calling them Left 4 Dead
Yeah.
clones and say that like 4-player horde mode like,
Cinematic horde mode. There we go.
with
Named.
heroes is like it's its own genre of game now.
I'm excited for this. I was a little skeptical at first just because I always with games like these, like especially from this is a criticism I've had of Arcane's games like Dishonored and everything. I want them to go more into the like fantasy side of what they're doing, like the magic stuff that they're doing. I want them to lean more into that, like aesthetic
I hope they do
wise.
too.
But like, cause like the characters in this trailer use magic and stuff, but they also just kind of look like regular people.
Yeah.
Which the vampires looked fun, but I also thought the trailer was directed kind of strangely. I don't know why they got like Quentin Tarantino to direct this trailer for some reason.
It told itself in reverse, like, but like
was weird.
it was all over the place.
But it was cool. I really liked the, for what's after I accepted that they weren't going to go full tilt into like magic and stuff. It's fun. Like I like this mix of stuff.
It almost looks like Overwatch though. Like it could be like a hero shooter.
It might
too.
be a hero Left 4 Dead.
Like a hero shooter like Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4-player
I
co-op
feel like it's
horde
not-
mode.
I don't know what it is. I feel like they talked about it and they said something about what it actually is.
No,
but
they didn't say
They didn't
anything.
really
didn't.
say much. The only reason
I thought I saw like an article talking about it. I don't know.
The
but
only
it's
real reason I keep saying Left 4 Dead is because they're fighting a giant horde of cultists before vampire bosses.
All right, well, the last games on our list are basically just new seasons and stuff coming to various games and new Xbox Game Pass stuff. So I'm going to move through these relatively quickly because the first one's probably going to take up a good chunk of this time. Sea of Thieves is getting Jack Sparrow and Disney characters and Davy Jones, and it's a story mode, and it's got cutscenes, and oh my god, it's what I wanted Sea of Thieves to have.
The word you're looking for is Pirates of the Caribbean. I knew
That's
that's what you were going for. And
Johnny Depp! It's got Johnny Depp!
that is because I was trying to quantify it. Like they kept showing story stuff, and I thought at first like they were just like this was just a trailer that they cut to introduce new missions with those characters. But it looks like they're actually doing like a weird small campaign.
finally a
Since-
story to Sea
Yeah.
of Thieves.
Since Sea of Thieves came out, I have always loved the gameplay, everything about it, but I've always disliked the fact that the gameplay loop is sail out, get treasure chest, come back. Because that loop always is fight other players for their chests, or other players fight you to get your chest, because turning in the chest isn't really worth anything. And that's what I disliked about Sea of Thieves. And they, for the first time ever in the last season, they came out with a 3-hour story, which really wasn't much of a story. But it looks like they've heard all the PvE people that are like, hey, you know what I'd love? A 4-player pirate game with my buddies where I could just go fight enemies. Like,
Yeah.
And it comes out in June, which is
Yeah.
this
And
month.
if there's enemies to fight, I won't catch your ship on fire.
you still will. But anyway.
It comes out in 9 days.
I will say it's a shame that this is the only thing we saw from Rare this year, which is just continually disappointing. Where's Viva Pinata 3? That's all I'm saying.
So you hear about Jack Sparrow and Pirates of the Caribbean, and you're immediately going to pinatas. This is exciting news, Dylan. Be happy.
I could have said Banjo Kazooie,
No,
but
no, you said the right
Nuts and
game.
bolts.
You
I
said
want the
right
remake
game.
of Nuts and Bolts.
no.
No, I want a new Viva Pinata now.
I would love that. Viva Pinata's
All right,
one of my
moving
favorite
on.
games.
We've got a bunch of games that are coming to Xbox Game Pass. Shank, you mentioned this would make you actually want to play Yakuza. Like a Dragon is going there with all the Yakuza games to Game Pass.
Today.
Fallout 70 today. Fallout 76 is on Game Pass with Expeditions coming out next year sometime. Hades hit it. There's a new patch coming out to Grounded, which I still want to play, but it just doesn't work right on PC. And Among
Also, what
Us
a
is
name.
getting... Yeah.
Shroom and
Grounded?
Doom.
Shroom and Doom.
Shroom and Doom.
Shroom
I
and
like
Doom.
that. I like that.
And then Among Us is getting 15-player lobbies. How do you guys feel about all of this?
I don't feel much.
I couldn't care less about the
Very
last
cool.
thing.
Yeah, no, I do not like Among Us. Agreed.
I will say
I like
Fallout
Shroom and Doom.
Fallout
Yeah.
76, even though it had that crappy launch, it's doing right by the fans right now with new expansions that are free. The only thing I'm wondering is if the Pit is going to be their first paid expansion or not, because that one seemed a bit more up in the air.
Well, they didn't say anything about it.
No, that's what I mean. So,
So besides Sea of Thieves, Yakuza looks interesting to me. I might actually go play those. You were telling me I need to play Hades. You've been ranting and raving about Hades for a year now.
Yeah.
The game that looked most
play
exciting
it.
up until I watched all of the trailer was Shroom and Doom. I will never play that game.
is it
ever.
the spider?
If you need to put,
Is it
if
the
you need to
spider?
put an arachnophobia mode in your game,
It's the
I'm
spider.
not playing it.
It's the spider,
It's the
isn't it?
spider.
Yep.
It's no,
Yep.
just not happening.
Yep.
Wait,
So-
what are you? Hold on. Can I get some clarification? So you're not playing it because it has the arachnophobia
afraid of
slider?
He's afraid of
Spiders.
spiders. You should- that's-
The fact that it
Well, then
exists at all makes it unacceptable to me.
Just turn the arachnophobia slider. That's the reason it exists. It's
It
for
turns
people
all
like
them
you.
into blobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the blob was still terrifying. They even
But
said
I
it in
know
the trailer.
I know what's underneath that blob. It's a spider.
You'll never see it.
It's a spider.
I mean, what else are you gonna fight as little people?
And to be fair, I'm not the kind of person who runs and hides when I see spiders. I get a high level of anxiety and then I immediately get violent towards them.
I mean, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
So like I don't know how I would fight a spider in a video game.
do you
because
dislike Spider-Man?
Good question.
No, I dislike his origin story.
I just like spiders, man.
This is
All
fair.
right, all right, all right.
These
So
are good
moving
points.
on down this list. That's everything, though, isn't it? That's all the stuff. So
Pretty much.
Flight Sim
So
is
excuse
coming
me,
to,
Flight Simulator.
Yeah, Flight Simulator is
okay,
coming
well.
to Xbox Series X and S.
That was inevitable. It's made by Microsoft.
So let's talk about real quick about Game Pass, and then we'll end today's discussion. I was talking to Shake about this earlier. I was like, hey, the Game Pass is a great inherent idea. Yeah, I've heard a lot of complaints from developers. I've heard a lot of complaints from players. But if they could figure it out, it's going to be great. And he's like, well, isn't it doing well? I'm like, I don't think it is because they got no Game Pass exclusives that anyone cares about. Like, that's just, that. I remember a couple of years ago when I went to E3, it was like, Sea of Thieves is on Game Pass. And I'm like, I guess I'll play a little more Sea of Thieves. So what do you guys think about the Game Pass getting most of these games? I think 3 of them aren't hitting Game Pass.
Personally, I think it's great for the players. I have no idea how it affects the developers because I don't know how the pricing works for them.
Yeah.
But 90% of the games announced are going straight to Game Pass if they're an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, I think Game Pass is probably one of the best deals that we've had to play new games in recent years, and the fact that it's not like they could have very easily made it an Xbox thing. Like, this is our one thing that you need an Xbox to use is Game Pass. But the fact
Yeah.
that I, as someone who doesn't have a Game Pass and has a gaming computer, can buy Xbox Game Pass and play all these games is really, really cool.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. I'm going to play most of these games because of Xbox Game Pass. I'm curious which 3 games aren't going to be on there. Because
Diablo
most of those
wasn't.
games.
Diablo wasn't going to be on there. I don't think Back for Blood's going to be on there. And what was the other one? There was one other one. I can't remember what it was. But I know Diablo was one of
Was
the
it
big
Forza?
ones. No, Forza will be on there. If it's
Okay.
developed by Xbox, it's on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I just love the idea of it. I don't know what they have to do with the financials to make the developers be able to sustain themselves, to make Xbox be able to sustain themselves. But this is how you get people to try new games and actually play all the way through them.
Yeah.
I don't like the inherent risk I have to take of spending $60 on a game and then not liking it 10 minutes into it.
Yeah,
But if I
we
could
were just
just
talking
pay
about that. I just bought Biomutant and I played it for 2 hours. And I was like, wow, I wasted $60. I'm going to play these other games I already have. There's too many games out there now.
Right. I mean, think of it this way. If you buy Xbox Game Pass, you have to find one game you like that they have every 4 months for it to be a good cost. Good cost for your money.
I mean, it was an argument I had with somebody about the Ubisoft Pass where they want to play all the Ubisoft games, but said that they would rather wait 2 years for the game to be $10 and own it outright. And with a recent development of apparently even if you own the physical copies of these games, you can't play them anymore if they decide to turn you off. Like, we're at a day and age where it's just you're going to be paying $15 a month to play any game you want. That's what it's going to come down to with whatever service you pick from Ubisoft to EA to Xbox. And I think Xbox is the best deal out of all of those because it has so many games.
It does.
And I think it includes the EA one too. So like all that's in there as well.
It does now.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see more games like Halo now where they're going to have their multiplayer mode free to play and then flood it with cosmetic microtransactions to make their money because of Game Pass.
Yeah.
Which,
I can see
as
that.
long as it's cosmetic, I could care less.
It's a good business model
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I mean,
You find
where
a game
that's
you like? Go
like Call of Duty has done that. Overwatch is sort of doing that. Like, that's a thing that I think a lot, especially shooters. Like, shooters for some reason are the ones that kind of go like lead the forefront on like monetization. I don't know why, but like that's
Because bang
interesting.
Because it's super easy to make a quick gun skin than it is to make a whole character skin.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense. But it's definitely an interesting. I'm fine with that because the more games that like. Because it's a lot easier to convince yourself to buy a single-player game than to convince yourself and your, like, 4 friends to buy this, like, $60 big box game that you can all play together. So multiplayer being free, just so you can dip your toes in and try it, that's, like, that's how you get people in the door for multiplayer games.
Right. So, all right. Well, that is our discussion on the Xbox/Bethesda showcase. They made sure to put Bethesda in the title of their showcase. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know in the comments down below what you think about everything that came out, and we will talk to you real soon right here at the PSG channel. Talk to you guys later.